the Ljubljana Pride Festival takes anywhere between 9 and 12 days. It is very strong on political content. We develop a political message, kind of a backbone of all the events. And then through different events, from public discussions or forums or roundtables, up to concerts, performative events, exhibitions, and so on. We then try to address aspects of that topic, that problem that the political message is exposing every year. Now in 2018 we decided for a slogan called Unavoidably Intertwined. We wanted to talk about intersectionality, to really discuss throughout the festival and an approach from different perspectives, also more performative ones or more artistic ones, what intersectionality means, what it means to fight for intersectional justice, and what it means to experience intersectional discrimination. And the reason behind that is that many of the oppression manifestations, many of types of discrimination that LGBTIQ+ people face, both here in Slovenia and of course wider, they are a culmination of different factors affecting people because of the diversity of their identities. The Pride Parade in Ljubljana took place for the first time actually in 2001. So the first one was a protest, a reaction to two gay poets not being allowed or not being serviced at a bar in the city center of Ljubljana. And the reaction of the community to that made a first kind of like a protest march. And then in 2002, second like a commemoration of that moment, but also like the start of the Pride parades as we know them today happened. And at first it was just at that time existing LGBT organizations who kind of like shared between them the organizing role, or did it as a consortium, or did it together. And then by 2009 they decided to establish Pride Parade Association as a separate entity, as a separate independent association to take care of the Pride Parade. And soon after that, with a couple of years, the association started to develop a bit wider program. So we started to do, or they started to do Pride Weeks. And then by 2014, we started to also do a more focused youth program. We're trying to involve a lot of young LGBTIQ+ people through both non-formal education approaches, with workshops, training courses, capacity building events, with a lot of strong participatory approaches. But at the same time also to create more spaces to support young artists or young performers or young musicians to also who are from the LGBTIQ+ community and who want to say something about their experience of being LGBTIQ+ through their art, through their work, to give them a space to also present themselves. So every year we also try to invite and incorporate and work together and give this space to young LGBTIQ+ people. We very consciously want to work as an anti-racist organization. We very consciously want to align and work as an Antifa organization. So every time something happens on the lines of discrimination or different things in Slovenia, you know, that are not only targeting LGBTIQ+ population, but other marginalized populations, people that are based on racism, that are based on xenophobia, that are based, yes, of course, homophobia, transphobia, biphobia, that are based on sexism, that are based on classism, yeah, where, because we also know that a lot of people here more and more are pushed into poverty. So all of these, and precarious work conditions, for example. So whenever there's a need for solidarization with other struggles in society, and at the same time there's a constant need to educate and to raise awareness on how these struggles and how these forms of oppression interplay within our own LGBTIQ+ community and wider in society. We believe if we do our work well, that we see some actual results from it. And part of these results is that all of us in the community, and hopefully also some of our partners or people who get in contact with our community from outside, let's say who are not LGBTIQ+ organizations or do not live these identities, get a bit challenged. We see new people coming to the forefront, feeling empowered or feeling that there's a space for them to also share their experiences, which otherwise they might not, because they would be exactly those who we want to give a space to, the more marginalized within the marginalized.